We're going to talk about some triangle theorems. First, let's talk about three different types of triangles. First, an equilateral triangle. All three sides are congruent. These little blue ticks on the sides tell you that they are the same length. Also, all three angles are congruent. So similarly, those little curved lines in the angles tell you that all three angles are the same. In an equilateral triangle, it will always be 60, 60, 60. An isosceles triangle. It doesn't always look exactly like this, but for it to be an isosceles triangle, it has two congruent legs. So two sides that are the same length, and we would call those the legs. So they would have those marks on them to tell you that those are the legs and they are the same length. And the angles that are opposite the legs, so we're talking about this angle and this angle, are congruent. Okay, and then the last one we're going to talk about is scalene. So scalene triangles have three different side lengths. And all three angles are different. Okay, so our triangle sum theorem is the sum of the measures of the angles inside a triangle is 180 degrees. So that's why we know that when we have an equilateral triangle and all three angles are the same, 180 divided by 3 is 60. So we're going to be using that today. And the second theorem we're going to use is the exterior angle theorem. An exterior angle is always equal to the sum of the two non-adjacent interior angles. So if you look at the diagram here, we are saying that the measure of angle 1 equals the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3. So that exterior angle, angle 1, if you know what 2 and 3 are, you can add those together and that will give you the measure of angle 1. Okay, so I want to know what the measure of angle A equals. Using the triangle sum theorem, I know that the sum of the three angles equals 180. So A plus 24 plus 37 equals 180. So yes, you're right, it is 119. So in example 2, we would use the exterior angle theorem, where the sum of A and 79 equals 104, the exterior angle. So the measure of angle A is 25 degrees. So I want you to find the measure of angles A, B, and C. So for the measure of angle A, we just use the triangle sum theorem. We know that one of the angles is 90 and one of the angles is 43. Adding them all together would equal 180. 47 degrees. How can we find angle B? (180 minus 43), because we know that those are supplementary. So B plus 43 would equal 180. So subtract 43. B equals 137. And now that we know B, you can find C. C plus 12 plus 137 equals 180. 31 degrees. Okay, one more example. Okay, in this example, I want you to find X and the measure of each angle. So if we're given an expression for each angle, if I add all three expressions together, the answer is 180. Oops. This is a minus. So X equals 8. And now you're just putting in putting in 8 for X in each expression to solve for the measure of the angle. So for D, we have 38. For E, 75. And for F, 67. Now check your work just to make sure. Does that equal 180. So that's what you're doing in today's Delta Math practice.